Press report. The NGO Remar has distributed more than 1.5 million food portions to Syrian refugees since last September. More than 40 volunteer workers care for the basic needs of thousands of refugees in Serbia, Croatia and Greece who are arriving in large numbers every day, suffering adverse conditions on their journey as they flee from their own countries. Remar has set up 6 heated tents with an area of more than 100 square meters where the volunteers welcome the immigrants and offer them dry clothes, food and medical or psychological attention. Remar plans to intensify its humanitarian activities in the critical regions, especially in Greece, where it works in collaboration with Father Angel and his organization, Mensajeros de la Paz. Ever since September 2015, more than 40 volunteers from the NGO Remar are bringing aid in Serbia, Croatia and Greece to thousands of refugees who are fleeing from their own country. So far, more than 1.5 million food portions have been distributed, and using Remar's own resources, 6 heated tents with an area of more than 100 square meters have been set up and conditioned to offer shelter to the refugee families, serving them a hot meal and providing them with clothing and psychological comfort. Currently, the most critical spot is Preševo, which receives between 3,000 and 5,000 refugees daily. Serbia is the first country on the Balkan route where there is a checkpoint, with fingerprints taken of all the refugees who arrive there. Remar, together with the Red Cross and UNICEF, form part of the only group of NGOs authorized to work in the military camp at Preševo. In this camp, the Remar volunteers are continually serving soup, hot tea, biscuits and fruit, as well as offering clothing, especially socks and hats, since many of the refugees arrive soaking wet and very cold. The volunteers also spend time talking with the refugees as they pass through the tents, to get to know them and their personal situations, and to offer them moral support and psychological help. Once they have passed through the police checkpoint, they are allowed to continue their journey towards Croatia. If they need to stay overnight in order to register the following day, they are taken to a pavilion that has been conditioned by the Serbian government and where the NGO Remar has set up 500 beds. With the limited installations we have at present, many nights hundreds of children sleep on the dining room tables due to the lack of space and suitable conditions elsewhere. Remar volunteers distributing food and welcoming the refugees at the various points where their base camps are installed. Intervention in Lesbos in collaboration with Father Angel and Mensajeros de la Paz. The NGO and Mensajeros de la Paz have been working together since the beginning of December 2015, caring for the 1,500 people who arrive on the island daily after risking their lives on the crossing in small boats. At any time, there are always more than 4,000 people in the camp, for they often stay 2 or 3 days before moving on. These 2 charity organizations have set up help points, one in Athens, another one in Croatia, and 3 more in Serbia, where they serve thousands of food portions daily. Father Angel, who makes regular visits to the installations, speaking from Lesbos, said, "It is disgraceful what we are still seeing here. As Pope Francisco already declared more than a year ago, the Aegean Sea and also the Mediterranean have become Europe's biggest cemetery. We have already seen the very harsh circumstances suffered by these people who only desire to survive." The volunteers of the NGO Remar offer help to more than 5,000 refugees to be found on the island of Lesbos each day. The NGO Remar works together with Mensajeros de la Paz and Father Angel, attending to the needs of the Syrian refugees. Humanitarian cooperation. As well as the NGO Remar, numerous other organizations are involved in humanitarian work to care for both adults and little ones in the drama posed by the Syrian exodus. The Remar organization is self-financing. However, just like other organizations, it needs help and support of both businesses and individuals in order to be able to continue offering the help needed by thousands of people daily. Only in this way can humanitarian care be guaranteed and the basic needs of the refugees be met. With this purpose in mind, the campaign SOS Syria has been launched, with the possibility of making a simple donation of socks or warm clothes for the refugees, or a financial contribution of minimum €1. For more information, please go to en.remar.org. About Remar. Remar is an NGO founded in 1982 in Victoria, Álava, in the Spanish Basque Country, as the fruit of the desire to help all kinds of socially marginalized people. It's present in more than 70 countries, and thanks to the efforts of thousands of voluntary collaborators who dedicate their lives to the service of others, the NGO is able to carry out humanitarian aid projects of many kinds: food distribution, education, rehabilitation, care for the abused, aid in humanitarian crises, and etc.